many awkward moments that can be experienced by a person who's a social media manager. And one of those awkward moments is when you post something that you're just so confident is going to be a great post, only to see it flop like a fish out of water. And then you have a series of emotions that run through your head, through your heart, that could have you questioning a lot of things. We'll discuss. So there are many different fundamentals that go into what's going to make a quality post for you on Facebook, what's going to make a quality tweet for you on Twitter, what's going to make a great post for you on Instagram. Now, you may do everything right. You've got a good quality photo, you've got a great caption if it's a photo, you've got a great meaningful text-only post, say for Twitter or for Facebook. You've got the right hashtags, you've got the right time of the day, all the stars are properly aligned, and then it flops. And you're left scratching your head. You're embarrassed. You've made a great social media post, for example, on Facebook, that's getting zero engagement, and you know it's good, but it's just not working for you. And you're sitting there quietly, and you're stewing. At least some of you are. And you're wondering, should I delete it and pretend like it didn't happen? Should I share it? Should I like it myself? Should I comment on it myself? Should I comment and tag people to try to stir up a conversation, if that's your goal? Those are all thoughts that you're going to have. Because no matter how secure we are with what we're doing as social media managers, there's nothing that can wipe away the security that you feel like having some great post that you've crafted, that you've worked on, that you've done your research on, and you're sure is going to work, only to see it flop. And you can prepare yourself all you want for that possibility, but when it happens, it happens. And when it hurts, it stings. And then you have to decide what you're going to do from there. Well, the one thing about social media, like many other things in life, is that each post that you make is a learning opportunity. And then hopefully you've learned before you make your post, you've done your research, you understand your audience, you understand the content you have and how your audience wants to receive it. But even then, you can't prepare for some of the unknown variables. And so you might post something that you think is going to be great, but then there could be a big piece of news that drops right at the same time, just after or maybe just before. Perhaps it's something that you didn't even notice that could really take your audience right out of your zone. And that can destroy a post that you have. You know, the other day there was a big outage on Facebook that took away people's ability to have their videos seen, that took away some of their posts from being seen. And it also, of course, affected Instagram as well. And so people that may have posted things, you might not have got the normal engagement that you would have gotten otherwise on a normal day. And it could be something big happening in the news, something that the President of the United States is doing, something that your governor or your mayor is doing, something that's happening on a local level, a regional level, state level, or national level that could impact things that are going on in your world, that could impact the post that you made that you felt so good about that just failed. Or if it didn't outright fail, it certainly didn't succeed to the degree that you thought it was going to. And so those are things that you have to consider. Everything is a learning experience. And things that don't work, don't just simply assume that, hey, it didn't work because it was just a failure from the beginning. It might not be. The circumstances might not have been in your favor. But the best thing that you can do is to do your research beforehand to make sure that you're as prepared as possible to give your post every chance possible to be successful. And then there are variables that you have no control over. And those are the things that you have to almost cross your fingers and hope they don't work against you. Sometimes they do, and sometimes they don't. But do your research beforehand and make sure that you craft your post as well as you can. Make sure your spelling is on point. Make sure you've got a good social type social media post, not something that sounds like it's PR speak or something that sounds like, a team of professors from the English department wrote, make sure it's something that is social in the way that it's structured. Make sure it's something that's informative. If you have your call to action, make sure that that's inserted too. If you have an opportunity for a quality photo or graphic to go with it to give it a visual element, that's going to help you as well. You can do everything right and still flop, but you're going to flop even worse if you don't do the things that you can control correctly. So take care of the things that you can control, and the variables that you can't control, you'll be able to manage them a lot better if you've done your business the right way beforehand.